When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I should say Ask the Doctors this morning. It's me, Dr. Michael Lange. I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993. We're coast to coast, live video streaming all over the world. So it's good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the planet you're watching and listening to us. And I say us because it's my partner in crime. That's Dr. Richard Hall. And Dr. Hall is an icon in the sports nutrition world. He's been co-hosting Ask the Doctor for many years now, and he's going to be co-hosting again today, and we're going to chit-chat with him in just a minute. I also want to welcome all the new radio listeners out there and the new viewers. Welcome to Ask the Doctor. We're hitting a big station that's covering Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois, so especially Cincinnati, so a shout-out to all you guys and gals out there. Of course, everybody else in the Gainesville area on the Sky 97.3 FM. I've been on that station, for ever since its conception. I was the second talk show on that program on the Sky 97.3 FM up in Gainesville, Ocala, Lake City area. And a whole host of stations here through Salem Media and through their Christian Network and a bunch of Wilson Network, Christian Networks stations also throughout the country. We're on a boatload of different stations. Of course, 1040 a.m., a big station here in the Tampa Bay area. 9:30 a.m. in Sarasota. So we reach just about every part of Florida, but we're hitting a multitude of states as well. Once again, welcome to Ask the Doctor. So what do we do on this show? We talk a lot about nutrition. We talk a lot about eye care. It's a live call-in show, so give us a call. I am a board-certified optometric physician. I'm also a certified nutritional specialist. Founded Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 1993. We opened 14 large eye care centers and 3 LASIK surgery centers. And I have the Lange Eye Institute now in the Villages, Florida. And the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages is a state-of-the-art eye care center. Dr. Richard Hall is there for free nutritional consultations. Dr. Susan Somerton, who's also an optometric physician and a nutritional specialist, and a lot of other nutritional names associated with her. She's a fellow. She's a diplomat, so she's got a lot of credentials for nutritional eye care, and of course, Dr. Lori Caputi as well. All at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, okay? All at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. So the phone number for the Village Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. You can learn more at my website. That's drmichaellange.com. That'll take you to all of our other websites. It'll take you to our podcast and our video channels. So that's drmichaellange.com. Or you can simply go to Instagram. A lot of you watch us on Instagram, and that's Dr. Michael Lange _. Remember, we have a blue check that's verified. Any other Instagrams with Dr. Michael Lange are fakes. The only real Instagram is Dr. Michael Lange _ with a blue check. There's hundreds of fake ones out there, so be very careful. All right, and of course, our Fortifeye website. So Fortifeye Vitamins is a company I started over 20 years ago, based on the right science, the right ingredients, right for you philosophy. Dr. Hall joined the team to help us with the whole performance nutrition line, and we've been expanding the Fortifeye line significantly over the years, and we've got a lot of new items that are coming out with new SKUs, new supplements that are coming out here in the very near future. So check it out at fortifeye.com. That's Fortifeye, fortifeye.com. Now I'm going to give you the phone number, and then we're going to see what Dr. Hall is up to this morning. Give us a call live at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. 800. Good morning, Dr. Hall. What is on the agenda?
Good morning, Dr. Lange, my good friend and colleague, and as you just said a few minutes ago, partner in crime. And happy autumn day to all of our listeners and podcasters out there. We hope your day is starting off on a positive note. And if not, let us help with that a little bit. Stay with us for this hour, and maybe on the other side of it, you're gonna see a whole new perspective of what's going on. And I just have to say this: my early morning walks that I do on Saturday morning with a group, we call it Walk and Talk with Doc, is growing. Today we had 38 walkers, and I kind of feel like I'm the Pied Piper. So there might be. We talked today. They asked a bunch of the walkers asked today if I would, maybe during the winter time do a little fitness class in the morning, like Saturday, Sunday morning, or something like that. I'm thinking about it. But we'll give you an update on that later. Today is, believe it or not, National Chicken and Waffles Day. I don't know how you handle that, but it is anyway. It's also National Chef's Day and National Mammography Day. We've got a big show today, as Dr. Lange said, so I'm not going to take any more time here. We have several very big, as I would say, huge announcements, okay? So we need to get busy, Dr. Lange, so back to you.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Hall. Once again, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600, 1-877-969-8600. A lot of you, watching me on some videos, seeing me limp a little bit. Yep. Broke my right leg in 5 places racing motocross. Broke my back and my neck. And I've had some issues with the weather change, okay? And about a month ago, I stopped taking my current supplement that's been helping me and trying some alternative approaches to helping my knee. And I got to tell you, they're not working. So I'm going back to my old standby. It's called Fortifeye Omega Relief Extreme. Fortifeye Omega Relief Extreme. It works, folks. It really does. It's a combination of omega-3, black currant seed oil, and Fortifeye Focus. It's helped me be more mobile. It's helped me extend my leg a lot more, go up and down the steps, and reduce the pain dramatically. Now, I have been biking a lot. I've been trying to lose weight because weight loss is crucial if you have pain and inflammation in your joints. For every pound you lose, it's equivalent to 4 pounds on your knee. So all of you out there with autoimmune diseases, all right, rheumatoid arthritis, all right, collagen vascular diseases, gout, fibromyalgia, lupus, you got a lot of aches and pains in your body. I got to tell you, weight loss is crucial, all right? And then taking something that legitimately works, evidence-based science behind it. And I got to tell you, you got to try Fortifeye Omega Relief Extreme. Now, we do have Fortifeye Omega Relief, but Omega Relief Extreme adds the powers of the black currant seed oil. Remember, omega-3 in the triglyceride form or re-esterified triglyceride form has nothing but positive benefits. It lowers inflammation in the body. It acts on Series 2 and Series 3 prostaglandins. Black currant seed oil, which is high in GLA, acts on Series 1 prostaglandins. So these are inflammatory prostaglandins. And then the Fortifeye Focus has the astaxanthin, lutein, and zeaxanthin that kind of mops up all the rest of the inflammatory mediators. So the combination of those work very well. Remember, Fortifeye Omega Relief Extreme is Fortifeye Super Omega, Fortifeye Black Currant Seed Oil, and Fortifeye Focus, all combined together. You get 3 bottles in a box. And I got to tell you, it works. I'm getting back on it as of today. I've been biking 50 miles, 4 times a week, trying to lose that weight. I'm down 18, 19 pounds, so that's helping. But like I said, I was trying some holistic and alternative things that were different, gave my body a break, and the pain is back, so I'm getting back on it. And that's another reason that we've been working on the Fortifeye Rejuvenate, because Fortifeye Rejuvenate takes a marine collagen tripeptide. I didn't say peptide, tripeptide, okay? This is new technology, along with hyaluronic acid, 9 superfoods, A multivitamin combination using the latest of the latest. An example is the vitamin C is a liposomal delivery vitamin C called Pureway Vitamin C. This combination of nutrients is going to be very effective at not only reducing pain and inflammation in the joints, but here you go, ladies and gentlemen, reducing fine lines and wrinkles in the face and the entire body, increasing skin elasticity and hydration, and the studies behind it are absolutely amazing. It's coming out, and we're hoping 3 to 4 weeks, maybe sooner, called Fortifeye Rejuvenate. And, I'm a little greedy. It's all about me, right? Just kidding. So one of the reasons I'm developing is try to help this bad knee, my back, and my neck. I mean, I'm too young to be limping around, all right? And like I said, Fortifeye Omega Relief Extreme. Check it out at fortifeye.com, or go to the Lange Nutrition Center Ocala, the Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater, or the Lange Eye Institute. Or let me give you a phone number. You can call Fortifeye Vitamins. I'm going to give it to you twice. Write this down, 866-503-9746. So that's 866-503-9746. Or you can go to fortifeye.com, go to the section that talks about Omega Relief Extreme, click on it, and and then you're good to go. But just diverging a little bit, we deal with a lot of patients at the Lange Eye Institute that are over 60, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, all right? And a lot of these patients have collagen vascular diseases, autoimmune conditions. And one that comes to mind right now is a form of arthritis called gout. And I was dealing with a patient the other day. Number one, he was a little bit overweight, and he has gout in his big toe, some significant pain that occurs. And this is a few months back. What I do, I go out after seeing the patient, I bring him out and introduce him to Dr. Hall, and Dr. Hall takes it from there. And I got to tell you, this is a really good success story. I mean, he's been dealing with his rheumatologist for years, and until he came to the Lange Eye Institute, he didn't get a lot of relief. Now, Doc Hall adjusted his diet and supplements, and I got to let Doc Hall chime in because I know he's biting at the bit to talk a little bit about gout, but more importantly, about nutritional intervention for gout.
That's the key, Dr. Lange, right there, as you and I have researched and discovered that, nutrition through foods and nutrition through supplements is really the key here, and it can be greatly managed. And we drop that pain down to it's gone, or it's at least manageable. And we've seen great success with it. Honestly, it's one of those things that is as I say, it's fixable. We can help with that. We can do with that. And you've had a couple success stories recently, and I have as well. And it makes you feel good that so the things that we're talking about they work. And so if you have problems like that, like Dr. Lange said, his patients come see him, and then he notices something in that's not quite right with them. Something in their wellness profile just isn't right. And he walks them down the hall to me. We get them all set up with an appointment, or sometimes I can just talk to you right there for 5 minutes and get some things on the way. So, come and see me. Come in. You can make an appointment and come in and see me. It takes about a half hour, 45 minutes. And I go over your vitamins. I go over your whole profile. And the good thing about it, folks, it's free. For all of our patients, it's free. So come and see us. We'll be glad to help you.
Yep, and I want to let everybody know I will be at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater today a little bit early. I got that 50-mile bike ride I got to do today, and my lovely bride biked 37 miles last night with me. Maybe she's going to do it again today with me. I got to tell you, she's a real trooper. And I'll be there from 11:30 till 1. Fortifeye Nutrition Center right there in Clearwater on McMullen Booth Road at the Bayside Bridge Plaza, okay? We're going to be there from 11:30 to 1, so come by. We'll talk about nutrition, anti-aging, wellness, anything else you want to talk about. Fortifeye Nutrition Center from 11:30 till 1, an hour and a half. If we get a big crowd, heck, I'll stay till 3, and I can go biking from 3:30 to 5:30. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969 8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. You know, in the news lately and on some of the other shows that we host, we've been getting a lot of calls talking about omega-3 and atrial fibrillation. All right, that sounds kind of crazy, but, you know, we've been promoting omega-3 and the triglyceride molecule, or the re-esterified triglyceride form, for close to 20 years now. RTG means that there is no ethanol attached to the backbone. We have our Fortifeye Super Omega and Fortifeye Super Omega 3 Max made in Oslo, Norway, okay? These guys are what the Bordeaux region in France is to wine, is Oslo, Norway is to omega-3. They're experts at concentrating and purifying the fish oils. And so it's called RTG form, re-esterified triglyceride form. So in a nutshell, just about everybody uses ethanol in the distillation process to purify and concentrate fish oils. The problem is everybody leaves the ethanol in it. I shouldn't say everybody. There's a select group that spend a lot more money, transesterification. They remove the ethanol and reattach a triglyceride backbone the way fish naturally have it in the sea. So if you eat fish, it doesn't increase your risk of atrial fibrillation. Now, does it? If your cardiologist tells you to eat fish, they don't say don't eat fish, right? Well, this study came out about a month ago, a few months ago now, talking about if you're taking these high levels of the ethyl ester molecule of fish oil, that's the type you buy over the counter, and I hate to say it, prescription fish oil, all right? And this has got it's up to 4 grams a day. That's a lot. Now, it also said that even lower grams could trigger atrial fibrillation. Now, remember, this was developed to lower triglycerides, so it does benefit you, but we don't want to steal from one to give to the other, do we? So my recommendation for 20 years now is stay away from the ethyl ester form of omega-3 fish oil. And certainly talk with your physician about this study to see if you're at risk of atrial fibrillation if you're taking high dosages of the ethyl ester molecule. So that's 4 grams. That's a lot, all right, of the ethyl ester molecule. None of our omega-3s are anywhere near 4 grams. And remember, it's the re-esterified triglyceride form. Literally, I have tens of thousands of people taking it globally, if not more, with no potential negative side effects, only benefits. So when you're shopping for your omega-3, make sure it says TG form or RTG form on it. If it doesn't, just simply don't buy it. Go to fortifeye.com, go to Super Omega, Super Omega Max. I recommend if you're over 200 pounds, take the Super Omega Max. Under 200 pounds, take the Super Omega. If you're an extreme athlete, you know, you have a lot of arthritis and inflammation, take the Super Omega Max. Otherwise, most people benefit from the Super Omega. And Dr. Hall, our Super Omega, as you know, that's one of our go-tos. Most people, we recommend omega-3. If there was only one supplement, we recommend omega-3. Because quite frankly, everybody's on the SAD diet. That's the standard American diet. It's the SAD diet. It's very high in pro-inflammatory omega-6 fats. Everything we eat is pro-inflammatory these days, and nobody's eating a lot of good, high-quality fish, like sardines and mackerel and anchovies and herring, things, wild Alaskan salmon. I mean, most of the time they're eating the fast food sandwich or the fried catfish, which is delicious. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a fried grouper sandwich every now and then. But we see a lot of benefits when we're not only adjusting their diet, but we put them on omega-3, and we're actually curbing the tides of inflammation, raising omega-3 in their blood, the percentage of omega-3 to omega-6, their omega index goes up. And many people do benefit from this, don't they?
Absolutely, Dr. Lange. As you and I have seen over the years, inflammation is involved in every disease, condition, illness, injury that we may have going on in our body. And that's the pain causer. That's the things that make joints swell and in pain and the muscles. And as we found, our omega-3, that's the best anti-inflammatory I have seen, and I've been in this field for over 40 years. It's the best. There's no two ways about it. And when you're talking about the best, you have to talk about us. Because we're right there at the very top, rated as the one of the top omega-3s the entire world. Okay, that's the good thing about it. I always tell my patients, if you're going to take a supplement, okay, I want you to take the good stuff. All right, don't just throw something down your throat and say, well, I got that done with, and you don't even know what's in it. Some of the supplements that people bring me to look at and check out and stuff, oh my gosh, I'll tell you, Dr. Lange and I would run away from them. There's no two ways about it. So if you're having inflammation problems, soreness, you suffer from one of the itises, arthritis, bursitis, any of those, okay, omega-3 can be just the answer for you. And as Dr. Lange said earlier, our Omega Relief formulas and like that are just the best. And he found, we talked this morning early, and he and I are big, I guess the word would be guinea pigs of our own products. And so sometimes we go off things. I know I did it with our Fortifeye Focus. I had problems with eye fatigue and blue light problems and things like that because I'm on a screen all the time. And Dr. Lange suggested that I bump up the Fortifeye Focus, which I did to 2 a day. And guess what, folks? The symptoms, the problems went away. Okay, so I guess it was about 2 months ago. I thought, I'm going to check this out. I'm going to see. Not that I lost faith in it or anything. It was working fine. But I went off focus for a couple of weeks. And you know what, folks? I went right back on it as soon as I could. I missed it. I could see the problems coming back into my eyes again. So, and another thing too, I wanted to add is if you're having any problems or you have questions about your nutrition, your diet or things like that, I'm a phone call away. Dr. Lange's available when he can. And if not, I'm there all the time. So, and one other thing, Dr. Lange, I just wrote a note here because I've been getting flooded this morning with folks, our caring listeners out there. And I just wanted to say a little shout out to our good friend, and as our listeners know him, our first caller of the day, Bob. Okay, lots of folks have asked me, where's Bob been? He hasn't been on the radio show for about a month. Is he okay? Bob is okay. Bob had a little accident. He's fine. He's on the mend. He's home. Has been home. He had a short stay in a hospital, but he's home. And in fact, this last week I had a visit with he and his wife. Bob's doing very well. He misses the show, and he misses all of you out there. But he's taking a little time off, and we want him to. We want Bob to get on the mend, and he is. He's feeling good. He looks like Bob always does. Bob's always got a smile. And so, Bob, this one goes out to you. We love you, buddy. And you've got a ton of listeners out there who think well for you. And so take care, and we'll talk to you soon, Bob.
Yep, Bob will be back in the saddle soon. Yep. You can't keep a good man down. So anyway, give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. Let me try to say that a little faster, 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. So those of you that want to check and test your omega-3, I recommend doing this right now. You can do it during the show. So go get the omega-3 out of your cupboard, all right, whatever you bought at the Super Warehouse Club, and get a styrofoam coffee cup, snip the end of the gel cap out and squeeze it into the styrofoam cup and see what happens. If it rots a hole through that styrofoam cup, that means it has an ethyl ester molecule, ethanol attached to the backbone. And I don't recommend you taking it. That's my personal opinion. Remember, I've been in this industry for quite some time. So there's some good brands out there, not many, but a few good brands that are re-esterified triglyceride form. Remember, RTG form. Now, it's kind of a catch-22 because if you have gout, all right, you're not supposed to eat certain fish, all right? Things like sardines and anchovies and herring, mackerel, the fatty fish, you don't want to eat those, all right? But you can take omega-3 fish oil with gout. All the purines have been removed, okay? Also, people with gout and rheumatoid arthritis, I highly recommend trying a good form of curcumin, omega-3, and black currant seed oil. Voila. Once again, I know I'm pushing this. Fortifeye Omega Relief Extreme. All right. Also great for dry eyes. All of you that have dry eye, it's very similar to our advanced dry eye kit, but we've added the curcumin to it. So once again, all of you with gout, a lot of you are listening. Yeah, I got that gout. Remember, you got to lose weight. Lose weight. Start taking some good omega-3 reesterified triglyceride form. Avoid a lot of the foods that are bad. And I'm going to talk to actually Dr. Hall. Dr. Hall, do you know much about a purine-free diet? Do you know much about that?
Yes, I sure do. In fact, I had 2 patients just recently, within the last week, and I put them on low purine or purine-free diet, and for various reasons, really. But it's the ones that you just mentioned: gout, joint pain, and autoimmune, different things like that. And as you said, you think, well, gee, I'm going to eat fish and stuff. Well, there's certain things you can and cannot eat. And it's kind of like the gluten-free diet. There's things that you can and cannot eat. And but if anybody has any questions with that, give me a call at the office. And, I can get a diet plan to you and make some suggestions either on the phone. I can email it to you, whatever works best.
Awesome. And what happens is, for those of you that really want to know, I'm sure Steve wants to know this, increased levels of uric acid in your blood, all right, increased levels of uric acid causes these crystals to actually accumulate in your joints, causing inflammation and pain, a lot of pain, all right? Gout can be very painful. I don't think it's quite as painful as a Charlie horse. A lot of people get a Charlie horse in their calf muscle at night. It feels like you're putting a sword inside that. And I get those every now and then if I go on a 60, 70-mile bike ride, and most of that's dehydration. So when you're out there on the golf course, all right, biking, tennis, pickleball, anything like that, you got to hydrate. So good spring water, but alternate that with something like Pedialyte or Gatorade, or my favorite is coconut water. But you got to put a little pink Himalayan sea salt in the coconut water. So maybe have a cup of water and then have some coconut water with a little sea salt in it, because that's replenishing the electrolytes and the magnesium and the potassium and the sodium that's so important. Remember, a lot of you end up in the hospital with atrial fibrillation. Now, you might be taking the ethyl ester molecule omega-3, but also you might very well be dehydrated or deficient in certain minerals. So that's why it's another good idea not only to drink half your body weight in ounces of water on a daily routine, but to eat a banana and or an avocado daily for the potassium and a handful of nuts and seeds, preferably sprouted nuts and seeds. I think we're getting ready to take a break here and go to a commercial here in just a second, and then we're going to talk a little bit about us sponsoring the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding contest in Orlando here very soon. So we're going to go to a break, and I'll be back here in about, 2.5 minutes or so. So please stay tuned. Here we go.
There's nothing more frustrating and irritating than chronic dry eye. It never stops. The itching, the scratching feeling, the fatigue and weariness. If you're suffering from chronic dry eye, go to Fortifeye.com and join thousands who've discovered Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy, a combination of Fortifeye Super Omega, Fortifeye Focus, and Fortifeye Black Currant Oil GLA. Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy works to address oxidation and inflammation in the eye and the entire body. This combination, once only available to patients in the doctor's office, has now become available to you. And already, countless numbers of listeners have found relief with Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy. If you or someone you care about struggles with dry, itchy, exhausted eyes, order Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy today at Fortifeye.com. That's FORTIFEYE.com, or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746 and at Fortifeye.com.
While others are hitting happy hour, you're hitting the gym. While they're hoisting mugs, you're lifting kettlebells. You owe it to yourself to get the most out of your fitness regimen before and after your workout with Fortifeye Fit. Fortifeye Fit's power-packed formula is designed to enhance muscle synthesis, strength, and endurance. All evidence-based nutrients in this proprietary formula are well documented and backed in good clinical studies, taken before and after your workout. Fortifeye Fit is also hailed for what it doesn't contain. No dyes, artificial flavors, or carrageenan. With Fortifeye Fit, you get all you need to get the most out of your workout without needless additives and sketchy sweeteners. Order Fortifeye Fit today at Fortifeye.com. That's FORTIFEYE.com or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. And at Fortifeye.com.
Okay, welcome back. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. I'm Dr. Michael Lange, here with my very welcome guest, or co-host, not guest, Dr. Richard Hall. So if you got a question, pick up the phones and give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. I was just notified we're having a little technical difficulty on Restream. Instagram, Fortifeye Instagram, and Dr. Michael Lange Instagram, I think is working well. But Facebook, a lot of you guys and gals may be not hearing the volume that good. So I think it's going to work a little bit better now. So I apologize for the inconvenience. All right, one more time, 1-877-969-8600. No matter how simple or complicated your question is, if it's a vision-related problem, maybe you're having flashing lights, maybe you've been considering LASIK surgery, maybe you want to know if you're too old or too young to wear contact lenses, maybe you want to know a natural approach for your macular degeneration, dry eye, and glaucoma. How do we support the nerve, the corneas, the retina naturally? Or maybe you want to talk about building muscle and losing fat. Give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. Also, the phone number for the Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. Remember, check everything out at drmichaellange.com, and that'll link you up to just about anything and everything, drmichaellange.com. And finally, if you want to order or learn more about the supplements that we've worked on and we've developed over the last 20 years, we like to think a cut above the rest. Go to fortifeye.com, FORTIFEYE.com. Remember, I will be at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center today from 11:30 till 1, talking nutrition to anybody that comes into the Fortifeye Nutrition Center. That's in Clearwater, right on McMullen Booth Road. Also, if you're in Ocala, Monday through Friday, go see Mandy or Mary at the Lange Nutrition Center. That's the old Lange Eye Care building, two-story building right on State Road 200 across from the Paddock Mall. Upstairs is Reboot, which is an anti-aging wellness center. Reboot does colonics and IV therapy and all sorts of interesting things. Also, there's little hyperbaric chambers. They got 2 of those. And then we have acupuncturists upstairs. Dr. John Poser, plastic surgeon, has his plastic surgery suite upstairs. And we've got somebody up there, neuropsychologist extraordinaire. We're going to Doc, you still there?
I'm here.
Tell me the name of the psychologist extraordinaire, Patrick Watson.
There you go.
You know, I was having a brain fog moment. I couldn't think of his name. I've known him since I was 18 years old.
Oh, my God.
So Dr. Watson is a neuropsychologist, amazing hypnotist. I mean, so these guys upstairs are amazing wellness center right on 3101 Southwest College Road. Remember, the Lange Nutrition Center's upstairs, all Fortifeye vitamins and a lot of other supplements up there. Doc Hall used to run that, but we have him as the asset in the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages now, doing free nutritional consultations. Wake up, everybody in the Villages. I said free nutritional consultations to everybody that comes to the Lange Eye Institute. We are getting loaded up with some phone calls, so we're getting ready to take some calls here in just a second.
Dr.
Yes.
Before we take those calls, let me get into very important little segments here. I can't believe that it's not July 4th weekend. It seems like we were just talking about that, but folks, the holiday season's right around the corner. Holidays, by the way, are my favorite time of year. And for me, the holidays are not complete until I donate at the Salvation Army Kettle and I drop some toys in the Toys for Tots box. It gives me great pleasure to announce today that once again, the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages will participate in the Toys for Tots drive to give the kids something to smile about on Christmas morning. We are the official toy drop-off in that area. There's plenty more around, but come and see us, drop off a toy. The folks at Toys for Tots have asked me to remind you that all toys are to be unwrapped. No candy or food, no clothes. And it seems like we fall short every year in one age group, and that's like the 8 to 12-year-old group. We're pretty good with infants and the young kids, but that 8 to 12 group is kind of hard to fill. When I arrive at the Lange Eye Institute tomorrow morning to see my patients, the first thing I'm going to do is place my toys in the Toys for Tots box, and I hope you will too. So please join in with us. We have about 6 weeks. Believe it or not, to get these boxes filled. And I don't want the box filled once. I want it filled many times. So help me, will you? And help me get this little job done and put some smiles on those young kids' faces, okay? Thank you. And another, what Dr. Lange was saying about the Olympian, I'm going to have a bigger announcement next week, but just give you a little bit of heads up, a little breaking news here. Dr. Lange and I, along with the Fortifeye Nutrition team, I call them the A team, will be at the Mr. Olympia and Fitness Expo on Friday, November 3rd, and Saturday, November 4th. And the doors open at 9 a.m. The week-long event will be held at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando. We'll be in the West Concourse, booth number 1416. 1416. We've got special event discounts and all kinds of stuff going on. The Mr. Olympia is the biggest bodybuilding show, the highest title in the whole world. And so all the celebrities, the top bodybuilders will be there walking around. It's actually a week-long event. We'll be there the 2 days, Friday and Saturday, but the actual competitions and like that, they go through the whole week. That's how big it is. It's amazing. So if you're out around and bodybuilding's your thing, or you just want to come in, there's going to be hundreds of vendors there too, by the way, in this expo. And walk around, and it's, I call it Halloween for big kids. And you get a big, huge plastic bag and come by the Fortifeye booth and get one from us, and you just fill it up with all kinds of stuff. They're giving away T-shirts and hats and samples and protein and all kinds of stuff. So come by and see us. Again, it's the 3rd and 4th of November, Friday and Saturday, and doors open at 9 a.m. We're in booth 1416. You come and see Dr. Lange and me and the whole Fortifeye A team.
Awesome. Now, Dee had a question regarding curcumin. I didn't have time to read it. She didn't hold. Dee, please call us back, or somebody, one of the engineers can type into the screen what the question was regarding curcumin, and I can answer that for Dee. But we have the next-gen curcumin fueled by curcugen, which is one of the most bioavailable natural curcumins on the market that you can get at fortifeye.com. This curcumin is the only oleoresin food-grade curcumin on the market, absorbs amazingly well. Most curcumin just doesn't absorb. And it contains polar resins, turmeric polysaccharides, the turmeric essential oils. It's literally 52.5 times more enhanced bioavailability over C95, which has been the gold standard. And curcumin, this form of curcumin called curcugen has 3 amazing studies, one for irritable bowel, one for exercise-induced pain and inflammation, and one for osteoarthritis, proving how well it actually works. So it's called Next Gen Curcumin, fueled by curcugen. It's on fortifeye.com. Oh, let me see. It is coming in. Dee wanted to know if curcumin will work on blood thinners. So that's a good question. You need to talk with your primary care physician, whoever puts you on the blood thinner. High dosages of curcumin can thin the blood, just like super high dosages of omega-3 can as well. So it depends on what blood thinner you're on. Most people do fine with 500 milligrams of curcumin that are on blood thinners. Most people do fine. If you're on something like warfarin or Coumadin, then you definitely need to consult with your physician about that. But if you take the same amount on a daily basis, you usually do quite well. All right, let's go to Sherry in Williston, Florida. Sherry, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Good morning. I wonder if you could help me with the blue light lenses. I've had cataract surgery, and I'm on the computer a lot, and I have to wear glasses to see the screen clearly. And would I wear blue light lenses over my glasses?
So, that's a great question, because remember, the cataract that was in your eye was kind of God's way of protecting your retina, all right? Like I always say, God made a pretty good body. But that sun and the blue light really accelerates that cataract oxidation of the lens and kind of makes it turn yellow and then brown. So then we go in and remove the cataract, all right? And then they put an implant in place. Well, the implant has some UV blocking properties, but most of these implants don't have any blue filtering properties. So I recommend a couple of things. After cataract surgery, I recommend that everybody do a few things. A, eat more dark green leafy vegetables, orange bell peppers, and goji berries, all right? And take Fortifeye Focus or Focus and Brain, because it has the carotenoids in it that actually increases something called macular pigment density, helping to protect your retina from the harmful blue light, all right? Whether you take Fortifeye Focus or another brand is up to you, but go to Fortifeye.com and see what's in the Fortifeye Focus, and you can get another brand, that's fine, but we stand behind all of our products, as you know. And then, finally, a blue filtering lens, and you got to be careful here, because many of the blue filtering lenses are an ugly yellow color, a brownish color. And, cosmetics is one thing. We all want to look good, and we don't want to have an old washed out lens in front of us. So blue light defense or blue light shield is totally clear. Dr. Hall wears them, totally clear. I wear them, totally clear. But if you take a blue laser, we have these laser pens, it won't go through it at all. And we can test other lenses to show what's being blocked and what's not being blocked. And remember, you don't want to block 100% of the blue light. So you don't want to put a pair of glasses on that's an orange color and you can't see blue color. If you look at blue jeans, they look like black jeans, all right? Because that's blocking all the blue light. And then what happens is your brain thinks you're outside at nighttime, your pineal gland secretes more melatonin, and you start getting very tired early in the day. So the Japanese worked on the monomer that's in blue light defense and blue light shield lenses, and it's inside the monomer. It's not a coating. And they scientifically determined how much blue light is effective to block and what is good to let through so it doesn't interfere with your circadian rhythm and screw up your sleep cycle. So, yes, I would recommend after cataract surgery taking Fortifeye Focus or something similar, eating the spinach, kale, orange bell peppers, and wearing a lens that has either blue light defense or blue light shield material in it.
Do you have that in your store?
Right, at the Lange Eye Institute, we do. We have blue light defense or blue light shield. It's the same one. It's just two different names. Trademark
Is it in
names.
Ocala?
So we do have those, and we have the little, and you can come bring your lenses in so we can check if it's filtering the blue light. All of the opticians at the Lange Eye Institute and the optical have that little blue laser, and they can shine it and see if it goes through your lens or not. So yes, ma'am, we'll take care of you.
Well, if I have just regular reading glasses that see enough to look at the computer, could I wear the blue light lenses over the top of those glasses?
You could. You could get blue light lenses made with no prescription and just wear them over the top of those lenses. And then that way it's good when you're watching television as well, because then you take the reading glasses on and you still have that non-prescription protecting you from the blue light. So the worst blue light comes from the computer, the iPad, and the iPhone, and the television's about fourth worst. Remember, the television's a little further away, so it dissipates before it gets to your eye. But some people sit right up on the television. A lot of people have these mega, TVs that take up the whole side of their wall. So sit back a few yards away from the TV.
Well, okay, thank you.
All right, Sherry, take care. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. If you got a question, give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Remember, I will be today at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center from 11:30 until 1. From 11:30 to 1, if we get a big crowd, I'll stay till 3. But then I'm going on a 50-mile bike ride with my lovely wife, Tammy. Doc Hall, let's go back to talk a little bit about this free nutritional consultation. I got to emphasize this because a lot of people are going to these holistic practitioners or the primary care physician's office and seeing the doctor or seeing the nurse practitioner or seeing the nutrition guru and being charged anywhere from $250 to $1,500 for a nutritional consultation. I mean, I've seen you spend 2 hours with patients, and I guess the average time is about 45 minutes. But they bring their medications, they bring their all their vitamins they're taking, and you go over lifestyle changes, dietary changes, anything that you can do to help the patient from a more natural approach. And obviously, we don't tell them to stop their medications or anything. We just enhance what they're doing, help them lose weight. But I just want to reiterate, and I want you to reiterate, it's no charge. It's free. Everybody in the villages should be coming in and seeing you because it's not a gimmick. There's not a tip involved. You don't have to buy anything from us. I mean, we're doing this as, we've done very well for ourselves. We're giving back to the community, okay? And we're just really sincerely helping people. Isn't that correct?
Well, Dr. Lange, when you and I decided for me to come down from the Ocala office and be with you at the Villages office, this is one of the things that we talked about and kind of moved me in that direction. Is you and I have been blessed. We there's no two ways about it. We've been in the same field for around 40 years, and I just don't think you get to play in anything for 40 years, unless you're good at it and people like you and you're offering a good service, and that's what we do. And but we came up with the idea to offer the free consultation, and people absolutely love it. Of course, they come in, they're kind of a little skeptical because they think, well, Doc Hall, he's going to sell me a bunch of vitamins or try to anyway, and I'm going to walk out with bags and bags of things. Lady came in this last week with 38 bottles of vitamins that she was taking, all right? And she was laughing. She says, and Doc Hall only allowed me to take 4 of those. And she said, you know how much money you saved me? And I says, plus, for your total body health, you don't need all of that. There comes a point, where enough's enough and too much is too much. And so come in and see. There's no strings attached to this, folks, at all. It's very easy. You call the front desk, make an appointment, say you would like to have an appointment with Dr. Hall, and come in and see me. And it's amazing the results that we're seeing with folks down there. They can't believe it, and it's very rewarding for me. So, and as Dr. Lange said, there's no tips involved. I don't work for tips, but I do work for Christmas gifts. I'm just kidding, but. Come and see me. We have a good program all the way around. It's so nice for me now, for Dr. Lange. I can hear him walking up the hallway, and he's telling people, I'm going to take you up here and introduce you to Dr. Hall, and he's going to take over and do your whole program for you. Makes me feel wonderful. So I know we're getting close to the end of the day here, so I'll do my little sign off here and then turn it back to you, Dr. Lange. And thanks to everyone. It's been an honor and a pleasure to share the radio waves with you today. And also to my best buddy, Dr. Lange. He and I work together side by side all through the week. We do the shows on the weekend, and it's just an honor and a pleasure to be part of his little family. And we'll be here next week when we go live at 9:05. So in the meantime, folks, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others, and enjoy the day. See you next week.
All right, we got a few more calls we're getting ready to take. We had somebody that was texting me on one of the social media saying, my wife said I can't have my banana and blueberry smoothie with your whey protein anymore. Well, that's right. You can have banana by itself or blueberries by itself, but don't put the banana with berries. Bananas are very high in a polyphenol oxidase, an enzyme that blocks the absorption of flavonoids in the berries. So don't mix a banana with berries. Have them separate. Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Dennis in Gainesville. Dennis, thanks for holding. Good morning.
I've been trying for days and days trying to get to the bottom. I just don't know what happened. I don't know if they're both time 5 days.
Dennis, yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know if your phone's on or something, but try to turn your phone off, your radio off.
Hello? Hello?
There, Dennis. Now I can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
What's the question? We got 44 seconds. Talk fast.
I got retinal detachment. I lost my right eye.
Uh-huh. All right. So
I can't see only I can see out of the left eye, and it's weak. And I can't. What's the solution to?
All right, Dennis, we're going to talk more about that next week, but you got to be proactive right now at preventing anything from happening to your one good eye. Wear protective eyewear outdoors when you're doing anything like mowing the lawn or chopping down a tree. Get to your ideal body weight. Overall wellness will support eye health as well. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctor. We'll talk more about retina attachments next week. I'm out of here. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless America.